Making videos, making videos. Yep, it's time for videos. Yeah, homework number 4. Let's move on straight on. Okay, on all these you're just solving for x, so get x by itself. That's your job. Okay, so number 1 here. I need to get x by itself. It's right here. But it's got this ridiculous 3k and this q in the way. So let's get rid of those. And I highly recommend working it from the outside in. So that is farther, the 3k is farther away from the x than the q. So I'll get rid of the 3k first, so subtract 3k on both sides. And we get a new equation, which is qx equals mn plus m minus 3k. Now you have to get rid of the q, so divide both sides by q. And remember, you have to divide the whole thing by q. And so that's going to be our right side. By the way, this does not combine. One has mn and the other one just has m. They're not like terms. You can't combine them, so don't. As your final answer, this equals x. I would rewrite it, but it'd take room, and I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay, number 2. Okay, on number 2, you have to distribute before you can get x by itself. So realize you have to get rid of the parentheses first and go from there. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times negative x is negative 3x. Equals negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. Negative 2 times negative x is positive 2x. Now we have to get the x's on one side. I'm going to pick the right side for my x's, mostly because I want to add 3x instead of subtract 2x. And I don't know, I just like having my x's being positive. And so now I got 12 equals negative 6 plus 5x. You got to add 6 to get rid of negative 6. So add 6 to both sides. Left side is now 18, right side is 5x. You gotta divide by 5 to get x by itself, so divide by 5. And you now have x equals 18 over 5. You just leave it like that. You could put it in your calculator, you get something like 3.6 or something like that. But just leave it as a fraction. Just leave it like that. X is 18/5. And we're gonna move on to number 3. Again, distribute to get negative 6x. Minus 2. Remember, you keep the negative with it. And then on the right side, we got 6x plus 3. Okay. Like I said, I typically like to keep my x positive. And so I'm gonna put my x's on the right side by adding 6x to both sides. Remember, to get rid of negative 6x, you have to add 6x. So left side is now just negative 2. 6x plus 6x is 12x. And we still got the plus 3. We need to get rid of the 3, so subtract 3 on both sides. Let me make a little line there. Subtract 3 on both sides to get, on the left side, negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5. And on the right side, we got 12x. And now we need to get rid of the number in front of the x, that's 12. I'm dividing by a positive, so I do not have to change the direction. On my inequality, so I got negative 5 over 12 less than x. And if you decide to turn that around, you can. So you have x on the left side, you have x is greater than negative 5/12. Remember, if you switch sides and it's an inequality, you have to switch the direction of your inequality symbol, okay? Because it used to be a negative 15/12 is less than x. Now that's going to mean that x is bigger than negative 15/12. Excellent. Let's move on to 3 real quick. You gotta distribute. Oh, I already did 3. What am I talking about? 3's done. Let's move on to... let's move on to 4. Okay, remember, you want to get the stuff that's farther away from x first. That's the plus 3. So get rid of plus 3 by minusing 3 on both sides. You'll get a negative 2/3 x equals 12. Okay, from here, you have to get rid of the 3 and get rid of the 2. You can get rid of them at the same time by multiplying both sides by the reciprocal. That's where you take that fraction and you turn it upside down. So you just multiply both sides by that. So you multiply by 3 over negative 2. And when you do that, it gets rid of the fractions. So remember, both sides by the reciprocal. 2's are gone, 3's are gone. And now on the left side we just have x. And on the right side we got 12 times 3 over negative 2. If you do 12 times 3, you get 36. and that's over -2. So when you reduce that, you're going to get x. Well, that x looks crappy. You'll get x equals, well, 36 divided by -2 is going to be -18. And that is done. I think I'm just going to make it all in one video. It's going to be a little longer, that's okay. Number 5. This one has 2 inequalities, so you're going to have to do them separately. I'm going to work on the left one first. So I'm going to subtract 7. Remember, we're trying to get x by itself, so just take it, get rid of the plus or minus stuff first. So now we got 2x is greater than 20, because 27 minus 7 is 20. And divide by the 2. We divide by a positive, so the inequality does not change direction. We just get x is greater than or equal to 10. Okay, and we're half done. Remember that you got this other inequality you need to deal with. This one, again, get rid of the not x stuff first. So subtract 3. You get 3x is less than or equal to 27. And then you just got to divide by the 3 to get x is less than or equal to 9. We divide by a positive, so again, the inequality does not change direction. And we're going to move on to number 6 here. Okay, number 6. Realize it has a y and x. Your directions for this assignment is to solve for x. So, you need to get the y. Y doesn't have to be by itself. We want to get x by itself. So you're going to add 18 to both sides to get 3y. -2 plus 18 is plus 16. Is going to equal 2x. Now we have to divide by the 2. So divide everything by 2. The left side is now 3/2 y plus 8, because 16 divided by 2 is 8. And that equals x, and that is our final answer for number 6. Ta-da! All done!